Hello out there and welcome back to Burgers and Fries with a Shake, episode 26. We are here to talk about jobs we don't like. And believe it or not, this was an idea by you, Tony.
And you too. We kind of both thought of the idea together.
It was not my idea. It was your idea. Just take the credit. So, Tony, why do you want to go over this subject?
Well, there are a lot of jobs out there that are bad, and it's just like a lot of jobs in general that are like.
I'm laughing at what you're saying. Keep talking.
Well, there's a lot of jobs out there that are bad and stuff like that. There's probably a lot of jobs people get treated like crap by their bosses or their customers, or just like the work environment is just bad, or just like the pay is bad, or etc. etc.
So, you obviously want to vent about your current job, maybe, or you're just going to talk about your other retail jobs that you have done, right?
Well, current jobs is just like just that I don't have a problem with like the bosses or anything like that or the coworkers, just customers and stuff like that and everything is what we could talk about. Yes.
Okay, I have had 2 jobs in my life I didn't really like. Tony, how many jobs have you worked where you're like, this is fucking bullshit?
About like 2.
About like 2? Okay. Again, I was also a full-time ice hockey coach, now still a part-time ice hockey coach. And then, of course, I also do stuff part-time in LA, which is a job that I do like to do. But I'm not going to say exactly what I do. But for those that actually do follow the astronomy stuff I do, you kind of figured it out already.
Yeah, and I know you had your experience at freaking Amazon and stuff like that. I remember seeing your radio on there.
Yeah, there's definitely... I don't need to rehash a lot of the stuff that I did, unless you specifically asked me. I might say some stuff, but the notes that I took today was basically other things that I didn't really say in that rant.
Well, then just say that stuff then.
Well, of course, but if you have questions, I have no problem answering, because there's been lots of times, Tony, where you asked me, how much did you earn at Amazon? What was it like there? Blah, blah, blah. And only reason why is because you've shown interest in working at Amazon, right?
At the time I did, but then I heard all the horror stories about what those workers go through and everything. It just yeah, bad idea. And of course
wasn't there somebody in your life that also wanted to work at Amazon, and then that never happened?
Well, my ex worked at Amazon for about like a month or so before she went on medical leave and stuff.
And I don't remember if we talked about this in your toxic relationships rant, but I remember we were just kind of, when is she going to get hired back at Amazon? And you were just, I don't know. Like, what were her reasons for never going back?
Well, she kept saying she was gonna go back, but she never did, and she heard about how the bosses were being her so. But she claimed she was still part of Amazon though. But as of right now, I have not seen it because.
Well, even at the time, I remember telling you, dude, this is bullshit. She would have been back by now if she really wanted to work, and it was just like almost like she just kept stringing you along or saying shit that you wanted to hear.
Or trying to make her seem like she was a hard worker or something.
Exactly. And no, after the stuff that we talked about with that relationship, which might creep back in, because I think there's another story involving her mother that you want to talk about in your retail job, right?
Yes, I do.
But no, I mean, obviously we're not here to talk about our exes, but we're here to talk about some of the jobs that we've done.
Or crappy jobs in general and stuff like that.
Exactly. If there's anybody here that's listening to us, if you want to list the crappy jobs that you have done, please, we'd love to hear about them in the comments, and we'd always love to chat with you all.
Well, yeah, it's just that when it comes to tell people a list of crappy jobs, like I mentioned, like DoorDash and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I may as well talk
about. Oh yeah, we can definitely talk about that stuff because those were some conversations we had. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I was working as a full-time ice hockey coach up until about 2017, when I was just kind of forced to find a job at Amazon, because I was always told, "Oh, it's hiring, blah blah blah," and
in big letters.
Tony, when you got interviewed for your jobs currently, were you interviewed one person at a time, or were you interviewed in a group?
One person at a time. I actually feel like it's more professional to interview them one at a time, because I feel like that you feel less nervous when you're by yourself and stuff.
Absolutely. At Amazon, and as we'll get to later at UPS, it was
the orientation. I know it was an orientation with a group of people.
Exactly. It was bulk recruiting. I think I was in the room with maybe 100 other people, and it was basically from conference room to conference room to conference room. You really never got a chance to talk to the recruiter or the presenter. They just kind of talked their stuff. Do you remember having to submit any drug tests for your jobs, Tony?
Yeah, I had to do it for the one I'm at now and stuff because you definitely need to do a drug test, and most like retail stores have to have you submit a drug test.
Right. So
I think that's like every job nowadays, even like warehouse jobs and so at Amazon. I'm sure did Amazon have to have you do a drug test?
yes, but again, it was a group drug test, but they didn't just all send us to the bathroom. We just did it through like a little saliva thing. So it wasn't really any piss test or anything like that. But yeah, so basically it was just bulk recruiting, and then they wait until that drug test was cleared, and then the first official day was another day of you going into the classroom and watching all these propaganda videos of, oh, it's a great place to work, there's still opportunities to grow, and I'm happy for my future, and I've done a lot of investing, and it gets you.
Talking about with Amazon?
It does get you. It makes you think, oh, this is totally promising. I mean, I'm not going to lie. They do a heck of a job convincing you that this is the right thing to do.
A part of me believes that those are just paid actors and stuff like that just to put on an Amazon uniform, so I just say that to make it convincing.
The first official day, after they've given us a tour of the place, then it was, what was your job training like at these jobs, Tony, with any?
Well, basically, the jobs would have you like be on a computer doing some of those like computer training things that you have to complete and stuff, and then they have someone train you in like certain things like on certain things at the job, or so like different type of positions that they want to see how you can do.
Were you basically assigned a certain position right away, or did they test you on anything?
Well, they wanted to see what position I was good at the best.
See, that's not like that at Amazon. At least that's not how it was when I worked at the fulfillment center.
Let me guess. They put you in a random position and expect you to be good at it.
I don't know about that. I think it was just there were only a certain amount of positions for the entry-level so-called white badge positions. So, I mean, you could have been a picker, you could have been a stower. I really don't know. But you were basically given that one task, and that's going to be your job as a seasonal employee. And versus other people who've moved up have said, okay, no, I'm trained to do this, I'm trained to do this, I'm trained to do this. So, yeah, it was just one thing that I was supposed to do at Amazon. That was it. And that was picking. So, no, I got better as time went along, but it was, my God, can you imagine just 10 hours of just doing one thing?
Over and over again.
Over
it would make
and
time,
over and over.
Sure, it would make time go by fast and stuff, but
no, it
would. I'm sure.
Definitely not for me. You definitely felt like it was 10 hours, and then sometimes you'd be like, when is this fucking ship gonna end? God damn it. When's the next goddamn break? Shit.
Yeah. Well, like for me, like at my job, after the first hour, my shift goes by fast, like boom, 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 it's over already.
That you're right. If you're able to focus on something and not really focus on just the work itself, that's different. But at the same time, as a picker, I was having to walk, bend, squat, reach for 10 hours. And they expected you to be walking at a certain pace. So yeah, your muscles would just feel it at the end of it.
And they say they care about your safety. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. Definitely not caring about the safety.
No way.
Before we go into the meat of why you wanted to talk about the shitty side of your job, are you allowed to have your phone on you inside your place?
Yeah, but you can't be on it and stuff like that, but you can keep it in your pocket or stuff like that, or you can charge it or something like that. By the end of the day, you can. Usually, like, I try not to be on my phone at all because I don't want, because like there have been people caught on their phones and they got their phones taken away from them and they could get marked up and stuff, and I don't want that to happen.
They would take your phone away from you?
They would put it in the office and stuff because like you can't be on you're not supposed to be on your phone because like you're supposed to be paying attention to customers or doing other work or so.
The fuck is this? A high school class in 2005?
I heard a lot of jobs are like that these days where you can't be on your phone or so. I know, like, when my ex was at Amazon, she couldn't be. Her phone had to be off at all times.
I couldn't even bring my phone in the building.
She would have her phone. She would use her phone on break and stuff like that.
But no, and that's the thing is I couldn't even bring it in the building. It wasn't allowed to be in the building. No, I had to keep my phone in the car while I was there.
I
And
think it was I think it was a good idea for you to do that.
it's not that I wanted to keep my phone in the car. I would have loved to have it on me when I was in there, but they claimed that was all due to safety and production, and they didn't want phones in there clogging the network, which is bullshit because you can just easily put the phone on airplane mode and it doesn't do anything.
What if there was a family emergency going on? What are you supposed to do?
They always claimed, "Oh no, they can call us at this line, and then the managers will let you know." Yeah, going through channels, that's bullshit. Again, those parking lots at Amazon were gigantic. I don't know about the one that your ex had, but this parking lot during the peak season had tramways that they could drive people from the back of the parking lot to the front.
Tramways? I never heard about that.
Or tramways, trolleys, just goddamn. But no, the parking lot itself was gigantic. And if you wanted to get any parking spot near the entrance of the building, you basically sometimes had to get there an hour or two early to try and get there when people were starting to leave. And you can maybe luckily find a spot close to the... If not, you were shit out of luck, and it was a long walk from the back of the parking lot.
Oh, crap. What is this, an airport?
It felt like it. I don't even think the LAX parking lot is as big as what the fuck I had to deal with at Amazon. But, so a little bit of fun things. There was one good thing about working at Amazon. It was the break room. I don't know if your ex ever described it, but my break room had arcades. There was a Wii U in there. People were playing Smash. There were computers there. I could surf the internet. They had decent vending machines. You could buy hot food inside the break room in case you didn't bring a lunch. So
yeah, she told me about the hot food, but she didn't tell me about the arcades and stuff like that.
Well, because you really weren't going to have enough time to really play it unless
What's the point of having them then? What's the point of having them
You're right.
then?
Well, that's the thing. I'd imagine Super Smash Brothers was just left on while people were not in the break room, and then it was just ready for anybody to grab a controller and just start playing. And if that's what they wanted to do for those 10 minutes while they were there, that's one thing. Yeah, there were other arcade machines there, so I remember playing the original Street Fighter there with my buddy. But right, other than that...
Wait, the original was 1987 Street Fighter? The one with just...
The World Warrior Street Fighter 2.
Oh, about to say.
But I think it was on there. It was one of those machines where you could just select the game. So that was the one thing. It was a very fantastic break room. Unless you got there super early, you really didn't have any time to enjoy it.
It sounds like it. It's almost like it's in there in your face just to mock you or so.
Right.
It's like, hey, look at all this cool stuff you can use. Too bad you can't play it, you fuckers.
Exactly. You hit it right on the head. And then the other problem that it's with any warehouse job is these buildings are not exactly air conditioned, or at least not air conditioned very well. So again, I was working in the summer, so there'd be aisles where it'd be fucking hot when I was a picker, and then there'd be other aisles where there's fans blowing on you at full speed. If you're in Southern California, you definitely understand. I don't know how hot it gets in Indiana, but I think you might have to deal with humidity more than 100-degree dry heat.
Well, right now it's like about 98 degrees, so that would be horrid.
Yeah, and any warehouse job just has that issue. So that's just the shit that we'd have to deal. And then, like I said, a lot of the times it was clothing bins that was maybe 2/3 of the items that were there. And it's just like looking through a laundry hamper where everything is just thrown in there. And if you take too long trying to search for a shirt in a hamper full of black shirts, it just got really frustrating. So maybe it was good for your ex, but it definitely wasn't that fun for me when they started pushing the production number on me.
I don't even know if she really enjoyed it there, like she said she did, because because she only lasted about a month before she was put on medical leave. So
why did she go on medical leave again?
She was having some pain in her stomach and having breathing issues and stuff like that. She told me that what's it called, Amcare told her to go on medical leave. She said she told me that Amcare told her that.
That's surprising. Because I felt like it'd be the kind of place where, like, oh, your stomach hurts, take a salt test.
Because they knew she had asthma, because she has asthma, maybe that's why they knew, but I don't know. But then again, that's what she said.
Maybe they didn't want to get sued, maybe because they knew she had asthma, who really knows.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're pushing a cart in there, and then you would usually have to you'd scan your item and put it in one of the totes that you could carry around the carts. But you could only and these carts were not that big. I don't know if you actually have seen that video. there are pictures of what those little yellow totes are that I'm pushing on those carts. They're not big. So if you were scanning a bunch of small items, you could fit a bunch of them in that cart. But if you were put on a path where the items themselves are gigantic, well, guess what? They fill those totes one at a time, and you were only allowed to carry 2 of those at a time. I remember getting yelled at for carrying 3 or stacking a third one on top, and they're like, "That's unsafe. You're not supposed to do that." I'm like, well, they fucking didn't tell me on the job training day. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's like they train you to get fired.
It really, in hindsight, it really just did feel like that.
It's kind of like what Silent Rob mentioned in his GameStop rant, like how the district managers and the managers were trained to treat people like crap and stuff.
The supervisor that I was given, he obviously didn't really know me or chat with me at all. The only time you really ever chatted with him was when he called you over with the scanner, and of course you don't know you're getting written up. You don't know you're going to get fired until they call you over. It's like, "Oh, you've been written up too many times. I'm sorry. We have to let you go." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, at least the thing is that like at least the people at my store, you can actually have a conversation with them and talk to them, and they're usually and they're friendly and stuff like that, and just like you feel like it seems like at Amazon you can't do that.
At least not the one that I was at. Now, thankfully, this Amazon thing only lasted a few months, but basically from the moment I went from Amazon, I already applied and then basically started working at UPS at a warehouse position there, maybe not too long after. But of course, we don't want to make this all about me. Tony, talk about your job or past jobs. Why exactly did you want to do this rant in the first place? All right, let's get some stories.
Well, the thing is like at my current job, so that the people there like who I work with are nice and everything like that. Like I can get along with them for the most part. But it's just like you got to deal with those customers who whenever we don't have a certain item in the store, they take it out on you or they get mad at you like it's your fault. Stuff like I can tell you this. We are paving our parking lot for the time being, and we had a couple customers come in because the drive-thru, and they were mad because their COVID appointment got canceled because the drive-thru was closed because of the paving, and they were
talking. I'm just laughing.
They were bitching and moaning about like how they were going to report us to HR, and they were gonna call. And they were gonna call and complain and write us up and stuff when it really wasn't our fault and stuff. I mean, we were scheduled to have the parking lot paved, but we couldn't do. But if this parking lot scheduled to be paved that day, there's nothing we can do because if it's scheduled to be paved, then I'm sorry, but you can always call a different store in the area or a different place to get your COVID test. And so I mean, it's like, and then this customer was saying, I have to leave for Honduras tomorrow, and 3,000 miles away, and I need this stuff. And then like my boss came out and was talking to this person in like the doctor's office next door for like over an hour and stuff. And it's like the shift lady that was there was getting very frustrated and mad because she had to put up with 2 people doing that stuff, and she said like, "That's not cool, man. How could you do this to me?" and stuff that people were saying. And just like they just rip you a new one and act like it's your fault and file a complaint about you. Like a customer complained about me because I sneezed one day, and this customer ended up being a nurse, and she didn't want me to ring her up again because I sneezed and was coughing because I had it.
They complained about you because you sneezed.
And because I was getting over a cold that day. I had a sore throat and a cold, and I was getting over a cold. This person was a nurse too and stuff, and apparently didn't turn my head all the way when I sneezed. So apparently I supposedly sneezed and coughed in her face a little bit.
That's, oh jeez.
Yeah, and
go ahead. Yeah, I want to hear more shitty customers.
And there was this time when I was just double checking to be sure this customer paid for his stuff. He had a bag with the stuff in. I just wanted to be sure that he paid for the stuff. Then 5 minutes later, his mom comes in, yelling and screaming and ranting about me because I reported, because I asked him if he paid that stuff, and I told him it wasn't stealing. And then his mom comes in and just starts screaming about me and ranting about me to my boss at the time. If that was my employee, I would have fired him instantly. And I did not know that there was this thing going on where you couldn't report shoplifters or anything, because apparently we got a lawsuit because somebody pulled a race card when
Oh
they got caught
God.
shops. So now you can't stop people from shoplifting or stealing stuff nowadays because it's like basically saying it's okay for people to bring a gun into the store and just shoot people up or so. It's okay for them to bring a knife or so, or to hold up a gunpoint and say give me the money now or something like that.
Well, gee, because it's a gun-free zone. I wonder why they bring a fucking gun in there.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like I just said, you can't report shoplifters. So like, it doesn't matter what they steal, you can't stop them.
Dude, have you seen about the stuff that happens in San Francisco? Like, there's videos of people that are just going right into Walgreens in San Francisco and just bringing big trash bags and just stuffing them full of shit. Have you seen videos of that?
No, I did not hear about this, no. But what exactly happened?
Basically because it's just been a very big trend of them getting softer on crime. My understanding is they reduce the punishment for shoplifting, making it less. Oh, it's only this if it's less than this amount of merchandise you're stealing. But it's ridiculous just how soft on crime that city had gotten over the years. And and even people in San Francisco are realizing this is bullshit. We need to stop this. Like, why the fuck do we pay our police if they're not allowed to do anything? But what happens when you listen to all these people that are told, no, it's not a big deal. It's not hurting anyone. It's just the Walgreens. It's just the Walmart. It's not like they can't afford it. It
does hurt. It does. It hurts business. It hurts business, and like it causes it to get shut down and stuff because you don't have enough of the item and stuff. I mean, like it's just like stuff gets stolen. Like you got people going in, putting stuff in going to the bathroom, putting their stuff in their pockets like that. Like you heard about people like going to this like smoke shop and and putting stuff and walking around. It's like they're gonna buy stuff and then they leave. But here's my favorite. Like when they say they don't have enough money, they'll just say like they'll go out to their car and say they'll be back and get my money and they never return. It's obvious that it's obvious. It is so obvious.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. Let me get something out of my car. Fucking
yeah,
devil.
I've seen that. I've seen that happen before, and like when the first couple times it happened, I didn't think much about it, but then I see why. It's because they know that they're in deep shit and they can't go with their plan. But one of my favorite things that happen when it comes to shitty customers is these gift card scams that are going on. These are on the rise at a lot of different stores. There was this customer I had. He said he just got out of the army, and he was trying to buy this $500 Visa gift card along with some other items. That was like his total got $560.32, and he said like that the card he had, which said like this card, he said that you had to push the cash button in order for the card to activate. That he just got out of the army. I got suspicious.
So what does push the cash button do? That basically means that if you say push. Normally, if you're buying a prepaid Visa gift card, that means you're trying to put $500 in this prepaid card, right?
No, yeah. What it means, but the cash button said like the cash button means like the person pays with cash, like they give you cash to put into the register. This customer was claiming that this card that he has that he's trying to pay for requires you to push the cash button on the computer for the register.
Okay, I think I'm getting where this is going.
Yeah, and I got suspicious and told my shift lead about this, and my shift lead said you need to pay with your card or give us the actual amount of cash. And I said, no, forget about it. And then I learned that he was trying to scam me. And the hardest, after that happened, I was shaking because I thought about what could have happened if I didn't call my shift lead over. Like, I could have said yes, okay, here you go, and then called it a day. And probably would have got fired for that.
Well, glad you caught him and glad you did the right thing. So, at my current job, I deal with customers all the time. I don't sell anything to them, but I do basically have to deal with crowd control. And usually the times when they get the most upset is when it's past closing time, and they're like, no, but I did this, but blah, blah, blah. So usually everything needs to start closing at 9:30 p.m., but then I'm always going to get these people like, but we came all the way from this. Can't we come in? Can't we look in the line? We did this. You get anything like that, Tony?
Oh yeah, that happened around Christmas. That happened around the couple days before Thanksgiving back in 2020, where this customer was trying to sell a bunch of items, and she was claiming that like her husband worked the night shift and she had 5 kids and stuff, and she comes in like right as soon as we're about to close, and we couldn't take all her items back, and the lights went off in the store. So yeah, like she kept us there till after close, and I remember like my coworker and I looked at her like, this is ridiculous, because right before we closed and stuff, that she could have came in earlier and stuff, but no, she came at the last minute to try and like, I think she was trying to get a bunch of money or something like that, because you get people who are like that who try to get a bunch of money back.
Wait, so she comes in past close? She comes in near closing time to get money
like
out
10
of you?
minutes, no, 5 minutes before we closed, she wanted to sell a bunch of items that she got from a store, like a store.
Oh,
the same
okay,
store.
okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and
But
of course,
she had
like,
but I guess she had no receipt, right?
yeah, she had no receipt. Her cart was full of items, and just yeah,
Fucking people.
it was like that.
Jeez. Oh man.
Because like,
And I'm sure you have a lot of bad customer service stories that you can tell, right?
I can tell you one right now. This
Okay.
happened like the day after Christmas in the year 2020.
Go for it.
There was this customer who was mentally unstable, and she comes in here like she was this like middle-aged woman. She had these bulky headphones on and these piercings staying from her nose and stuff and everything. And when I'm talking to her, and something is not right about her. She's like in a stupor, like she's like shaking all the time, talking. She's like, "Oh, can you please help me, young man? Thank you. You're a good man, young man. Thank you very much." Like, I didn't understand what she wanted, and she had this cart full of stuff that that we couldn't return because they were from different stores and everything. And she wanted to use the phone in the store to call her for her ride, and then like and so we did that, and then like she's walking around the store and stuff like that. Then a cop came in, told her that you're making me uncomfortable, you need to wait outside the store. And apparently I learned this customer came in earlier, and she was with her mom or something like that, and she was like in the store for like 3 hours or so, and she made everyone uncomfortable, saying, and she screamed, my mom left me, and they had to take her in.
Oh,
and she had to leave. And I did feel kind of sorry for this woman. I figured there was something wrong with her. Then her ride came in, and she wasn't there because she went to a different store to get a discount. And then she comes back into the store, and like right before we close, it's like 10 minutes before we close, and she was saying to like she used the phone to call her ride, and my shift lead who was there at the time said, your ride was here earlier. She left. She didn't see her, so she left. And then this customer starts breaking down and crying, and she wanted to use the phone again. She's like, please come get me, please come get me, please. You don't know. And then she was telling us, guys, please be nice to me. You don't know what it's like. I was abused. My life had a terrible life growing up. Please be nice to me. And then my shift lead couldn't take it anymore. She said, well, you need to be maybe nice to us, ma'am, and understand that we have to close up shop and everything, and there are customers behind us, and like there was this customer who I was talking to because she felt uncomfortable, and said that I told this customer, I am so sorry about this. And this customer, we didn't know her name at the time, and we just assumed the name popped up in the rewards thing. And so this customer called the police, and our shift lead called the police before she came in here, and she held the line up, and like we were stuck at the store till about like 10:30 or so, and we usually close at 10. And then when her ride comes there, she's screaming, she's crying and screaming so loud you can hear her all the way from inside the store. She was outside in the parking lot. And I was
sounds like she's
what
making a big scene. And what was she really making a big scene over?
But I need to ask you a question, Anthony.
Yes.
Is it bad that I feel sorry for this customer, because there's obviously something wrong with her? Is it bad that I feel sorry for her?
It's not bad to feel sorry for anybody to an extent. If you really feel like there is something wrong with them. I mean, I've seen mental illness at play. There was one homeless guy that used to walk around the neighborhood that I lived at, and I saw him at the gas station and felt sorry for him because he was going through all the garbage. And you might be grossed out by this, but he was unscrewing every bottle that had something in it, like soda, even milk. Like even milk
Gross.
bottles, he would unscrew them and drink what was left in them. And who knows how long this thing was left in there. So I felt sorry for him, and I had fresh water bottles, thinking, okay, this guy's obviously thirsty. So I had fresh water bottles that were unopened, and I hand them to him. He doesn't say anything to me. He just looks at me, takes the water, goes right back to going through the garbage and unscrewing and getting the rest of what the fuck was in those bottles.
Yeah.
So that is mental illness, and it is a real thing. So I don't know if this woman you're talking about was mentally ill, but
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
It's definitely, this guy clearly it was mental illness.
Well, I don't think she was drunk or anything like that, because like I know how people are when they're drunk. She didn't seem like she was drunk, but I can tell she was shaking a lot and crying a lot and stuff. And it's just like and then like she kept everyone waiting, and she decided to go and buy something at the last minute. And I mean, like, the rules are you can't get on customers or stuff like that. But like there are some customers that do irritate me when they don't follow the rules and stuff like that. And like
yes, I understand that part.
Yeah,
even at where I work, I deal with that too.
Yeah, because like these customers, like, you tell them enter your rewards, and they'll shout out their phone number. They'll say their phone number out loud. Say, no, you gotta enter it. I just said enter your rewards. I didn't tell you to say your rewards. I think myself, like, your phone number, and that gets kind of frustrating. Like, it's just I get frustrated easy with that stuff. You know, it's frustrating. Like, I just told you put, and then like I tell them to wait, and they're already touching the numbers and just like that and everything, and just like it's frustrating because you just want to scream, you just want to shout, but you can't because you
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Yeah, and because someone who used to work at my store, she got written up and suspended because she kept being rude and yelling at customers, and she got written up 3 times before they suspended her.
That sucks. Well, dealing with customers is only like a small part of why you don't like working at the place that you worked at. But of course, as a warehouse worker, I did another warehouse job after Amazon, and it was UPS. Now, it wasn't the unionized UPS where you might become a driver one day. This was the chain solution, but I was a forklift driver there. So it wasn't as bad as working at Amazon, but it was still like, it did get to a point where I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? So, and the problem is that the department I was in was slow, so I'd often would just get sent to the main department, and instead of having me pull tasks and help that department, they just had me do the shit that they didn't want to do, which was usually putting away shit instead of pulling tasks. And again, 8 hours of that is monotonous. It just gets really boring after a while. And then sometimes, if there wasn't anything for me to do with forklift, then I would often get asked to stack pallets, cut empty boxes, load the truck, stuff that was meant for positions below me, but that's what they would have me do because they didn't really have anything else for me to do. So it would just become a pain in the ass when you come to work thinking you're going to work on the forklift, it's going to be a normal day. Oh, no, you're going to go put clothes on hangers for today. And just internally, I'm just screaming, going, fuck, what the fuck?
Yeah, in fact, like, if there's one thing we need to talk about when it comes to crappy jobs, it's the scheduling.
Okay, well, so the scheduling I had at Amazon was nights from 6:30 to 5 a.m. At UPS, it was 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., 5 days a week. That's a shitty schedule, don't you think?
Yeah, because, like, there are times for me where, like, I'll work till close, till close. I'll work, like, in the afternoon to, like, close, and then I got to be back at the store first thing in the morning the next day.
Well, try having to work that day, or work that normal day shift, and then, you happen to also be working at your LA job part-time, and you're scheduled to work your LA job that night. So guess what? You got to drive from this location to the LA job, work from 6 p.m. to 10:15 p.m., and then you don't get home until midnight. Now you got to get up at 4 a.m. the next day so you can make your 5 a.m. job. You like that life,
Can you
Tony?
imagine, Kiki? Can you imagine if Amazon did that, where you had to work like in the afternoon, evening, and then you got to come back first thing in the morning there, like, don't get time to sleep or anything?
Oh my God, that would just sound terrible.
And I'm sure Amazon would get in trouble for that. They'd probably get sued.
I don't know. I don't know how that would happen.
But yeah, like it's just speaking of like my job, I actually remember like a week ago as this recording, my ex's mom into the store. I just and just like it's like first thing in the morning, which actually did surprise me because they're usually going to sleep at around 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. So that surprised me that they were they were in my that her mom was in my store first thing in the morning. I was like, what is going on here? I thought I was nervous. I thought trouble was going to start because people like them who are bipolar, you don't know what they're capable of. They could just start shit just to get their way and everything. And I actually reported them to my boss and stuff like that and everything, and just said they're like next time she or them come, her mom or her come in, I thought they're gonna keep an eye on them. Thankfully nothing bad happened, but I think about like what could have happened because I was nice and told her good morning, and like she said good morning to me and acted like that she didn't know me, and she goes to the back, looks for something, and she goes, well, they don't have it, I guess they don't have it. And I looked out the window because and I see and I can see the glimpse of my ex in her car smoking her cigarette like how they always do, smoking their 3 to 4 packs a day, and I thought to myself, shit, what if she comes in here and sees me? I'm fucked. I thought to myself.
Why would you have
didn't happen.
Okay, but why would you have been fucked if she came in?
Well, because them starting trouble, I was afraid they would get me in trouble.
Is that something that they would do though? Like even when you worded with them, wouldn't they start shit in the store and just embarrass you?
Well, yeah, they would fight. They would fight in all these stores that we'd be going to, and yeah, but just that I wouldn't have been freaked out that they did that. I would have been freaked out that they tried to get me in trouble, like saying you did this to me, and now you fucked us over and all that stuff and everything, and get on my ass and herpa derpa and everything.
So I mean, okay, but them just arguing. Like, Tony, have you actually seen a legitimate fight at the workplace?
You mean like between employees or between customers?
Actually, between employees. Doesn't matter, but like a legitimate fist fight. Have you ever seen that happen?
Nope. And I'm sure if there was
at UPS,
yeah.
I remember seeing it happen. And at first I thought they were just actually playing around and just squaring off, but then they were throwing haymakers at each other. And I mean, I gotta tell you, seeing two black people fight inside a warehouse is one of the funniest things you'll ever see. It's just their mannerisms, just the way they were lunging at each other and throwing haymakers. Like, it was legitimate. They were trying to hurt each other, but you look at it from a distance and you can't help but laugh because it's so out of the ordinary from what you would normally see in there. But one guy actually noticed that I saw it. Like I was looking at it. So he was like, "Hey, man, you see that fight, right?" And I just said, "No, I didn't see anything." Oh, nope, yeah, I get you. I get you. You're right. You all right, man. You all right. So
yeah, you're all right. Move along. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. And yeah, I knew how to. That wasn't my business. I didn't want to do anything, but it was still like definitely something I've never seen ever, except in that warehouse, was two guys fighting each other.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that happen. So yeah, but like I know, like from what I've heard, my ex and her mom, they didn't have the receipt, and they got an item. They're trying to get money off an item they got from a different store, possibly stolen. But I'm sure it was possibly stolen because they did shoplift in the past. Yeah, but before I came in the picture, they shoplift to survive and didn't have any money. So it was obviously stolen. But if I remember, what that shifty told me is that like they started getting all shitty with them. And of course my ex was like, when I heard, said, "Don't worry about it, we're going about it's fine." And just like I thought to myself, damn, I could have been there and stuff, and holy shit, I would have had to witness that crap, and I would have told my coworkers, see that shit? That's what I had to go to the last 7 months or so. And yeah, it would have been funny. That actually would have been funny if that happened actually.
Oh sure.
Yeah, but I pretty much talked about the customers and stuff like that, but I'm going to talk about some problems with the store itself.
Yeah, we can talk about some problems the problems with the job itself. As I've said, it was a lot of monotonous work. I can tell you this one story that happened on the day before Thanksgiving. We were told that there was nothing for our department to do. Like, we had no orders, blah, blah, blah. And instead of being given the option to go home, because it's the day before fucking Thanksgiving, we were told to drive to another facility and do stuff for them. But then they had no idea we were coming. And when we got there, they had no idea what to do with us. And it was another, okay, you guys go over here and go put the hangers on these clothes. And It was just, I couldn't believe I went through that day. And I remember just trying my absolute best to do as little work as possible that day. I was pretty vocal with my coworkers, like, what the fuck are we doing here? And I even tried to take a longer break than I should have. Like, I was being a bad boy that day, Tony.
Yeah. We have to push customers to apply for like this credit card and stuff that can get them $25 store credit and stuff and cash rewards and stuff like that. The problem is to apply for this it costs like $30 and no one is gonna buy this credit card because the credit card it can only be used in the store.
Well,
in our store.
not only that, but don't you have to be approved to use that credit card? Like, it's a legitimate credit card, right? Like, it's something that you're borrowing money to pay back later. Well, that's a legitimate credit card, right?
Well, I don't know all the details about the credit card, but I know like there's like we've gotten like very few yeses like that, and to the point where just like it gets frustrating that you have to keep asking people over and over, and you have to put tally marks on how many no's you got and stuff. So like you get like you can even get 100 no's or so. And here's the kicker on how they get you to say to get people to apply. Every yes you get like one yes, you get $2 extra on your paycheck, and you convince like they keep trying to push this stuff when people, including the shift leads themselves, think this is pointless because nobody's gonna buy them. But but we have to because our boss gets in trouble. We get in trouble with the district manager and stuff like that. Like if they don't want a credit card, you can't convince them to get a credit card and stuff. And like especially if it only works in our.
Oh, believe me, Tony, those customers those customers get irritated too. They are probably like, no, thank you, and internally they're like, fuck off, I don't want it.
That could happen. This isn't the only. My store isn't the only company that does it. Other companies do this too.
Oh, there's lots of retail stores that do that. Your place is not the only one.
Yeah, GameStop. GameStop does it too. And then like when your warranty, like
Best
when
Buy
your
does it.
account, yeah, every place does that. And, but then people get pissed off because they don't want the card. And you have to keep pushing, and
I try to be. If they ask me, I try to be nice. I understand. Look, they're probably told to say that. Just try to be nice about it as much as you can. Like, you have to understand it's their job. So it's irritating. It's just as irritating on the customer as it is on you, Tony. Trust me.
Yeah, it is irritating because it's like people just don't want to keep hearing it. Yeah, I know. But like just like when it comes to like the rewards membership and stuff like that, like the rewards membership, it does help and stuff, because you get points that you can take off, so that yes, it is helpful, but you have to buy a lot of stuff. And I actually did have about 200 around the holiday season for doing this one little thing on the computer we all did. But guess where most of those reward points went?
Oh,
you have a guess?
Yes, I think I have an idea where they went.
Go ahead and say it.
Penis enlargement surgery.
Yeah, right. No, it was. Some of it went to me, but most of it went to help my ex and mom to get some Christmas decorations.
Being a joker. I know.
Yeah, to get them Christmas decorations.
After all, you're pencil dick, so you needed to get enlargement surgery.
Yeah. Hell, listen, pencil dick. I get back. You say stupid things. How dare you insult me in my home?
So, there's plenty. Yeah, we agree. It's the stuff about the credit cards.
But I actually do want to talk about another job individual at the end when I didn't do that my ex did. I wanted to talk about this one.
Wait, is it what I think it is?
Yeah.
Is it because of your ex and her so-called friend?
Well, and because I had to deal.
Oh, that's
with,
right.
With
you would
go
with her to do it. Okay, so let's briefly talk about DoorDashing. That's the true job you want to be doing.
Yeah, DoorDash. I mean, if there are people who do DoorDash and make a good amount of money, hey, more power. Hey, we're not that's
more power to you, right?
But I wanted to talk about this briefly because it's like my ex did DoorDash after she was put on medical leave for Amazon, and boy oh boy, DoorDash that was an adventure, and I put that in quotes because it was no adventure, it was a nightmare, and it was like basically like this. I mean, like usually time you don't make a lot of money because like things like my ex would start it late because she'd take about 4 hours to put her makeup on or so, and so she'd have to go. She'd only make like 20 or 40 bucks.
Was it really 4 hours?
Yes, it was because she would be slow because me being there or other people being there would delay her and stuff like that and everything. So, like that's the reason why she was late to want to be my parents and everything. That's on topic.
God,
but you know,
right.
she wouldn't start door dashing until like 7 p.m. or like 8 p.m. or so.
Yeah,
and
who the
when
fuck?
you
You're
get
right. Who the fuck is ordering at 7 or 8 p.m.?
yeah, like she claims she made like $300 one night, so that she would do it to like 5 in the morning or something like that, which I don't believe because what she said that like there are businesses open at 5 o'clock a.m. and stuff like that, like in Illinois like that, which I mean, like there's no way that's just impossible, and like it's just like you like. And then you gotta go to these places like far away, like bad neighborhoods and stuff like that, and just like and like you got to like you can get lost easily and stuff like that because we got lost one day, like got stuck in some area and stuff like that. It's like, and the directions they gave us were shit. They give you shitty directions. We have to go through this area or that area or so, and it's just.
Wait, is this on is this on the phone though? Like, would the phone give you directions?
Yeah, the DoorDash app giving you directions and stuff like that.
Would the DoorDash app not use Google Maps?
Well, yeah, DoorDash app would give her directions, and it would tell you how to get there. So,
turn left next to this cliff. Turn down. Fall down.
Yeah, like that. It's same with like Instacart too. I mean, I could make a podcast on on DoorDash, Instacart, like how it's for people who are too lazy to go out and get their groceries or go order or go to a place to pick up food. So that we could make an entire video about that, a podcast about
Possibly,
that.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a dying thing because now that people are allowed to actually go somewhere, there's really no need for DoorDash to exist.
Yeah, it's like it said, like it's just. I know some people who have done DoorDash on the side and they make good money, but the thing is, they do it they do it like in like the morning or so when everything's popping or so. They don't do it like 7 o'clock or so. In fact, one reason I had to go with
the stupidest idea. You want to do it when there's nobody fucking ordering. That's fantastic. Tony's ex. Well,
one of the reasons is because her phone, she couldn't get like the mobile hotspot on her phone because her phone was off. So they had to use my phone for that stuff. That's something I forgot to mention. That's what I forgot about and everything. But it was always just funny because her ex's friend, whatever we want to call him, her best friend who was her ex, so they dated, but they were friends longer than they were
exactly. But still, this guy, just who didn't like you, obviously, because you were dating her, but he thought what you were doing wasn't a good enough job. Even the mother thought that what you were doing for work wasn't a good enough job, but completely jerked this guy's wang over the fact that you was door dashing.
Yeah, because I remember like we DoorDash, the mom started coming with us because she thought we weren't getting any work done, and she didn't trust us being alone together because she thought we goofed off too much.
That's terrible. Oh God.
I didn't mention this in our toxic relationship podcast, did I?
It's funny. We're not talking about a relationship. We're talking about shitty jobs. And yes,
well, I know,
having your girlfriend at the time and her bossy mother in the car with you, that's a fucking shitty job. Oh God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. In fact, I'm actually gonna call this a shitty job here.
Without a doubt.
No. You're gonna laugh at this, Anthony.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna laugh at this.
Okay.
Yeah, the shitty job was paying for their stuff. Basically paying. I guess I was basically paying to be her girlfriend because I had to be her boyfriend because I had to help pay for their stuff at the stores and everything like that. That's the worst job ever.
But that's not funny. That was just sad. That's when even I got to the point where like.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I had to put that joke in there.
It's a joke, and I have to say, yeah, but it's sad at the same time with what you had to do. But it is still.
Yeah, I know.
You're right, but.
But yeah, like it's the same with Instacart. But in fact, like
we could go on and on about it. But
there was one more. There was one time we did this one called Shift or something like that. So it's called. We had to this customer for Shift or whatever it's called, she wanted to get 120 items the day before Thanksgiving, and we had to bring it to her apartment and everything. And we spent like 2 hours in the store trying to find this person's stuff. And the problem is, it's the day before Thanksgiving, and a lot of stuff is going to be gone.
Yeah, it's especially the day before. If it's going to be the specialty stuff.
Yeah, but like it was just an old lady who just basically like who basically all she had she lived on her own bones like that. But that was different though. But still, that is ridiculous. I would never. I don't care. I don't care how much the tip was. So my job is more considered real than DoorDash and stuff. That's for sure. And they thought my job was not manly. Hell, at least my job was.
That's right. Your job's not manly enough.
But DoorDash is.
Oh my goodness.
And Instacart and Shift and Grubhub and all that stuff and Uber Eats and everything.
Yeah, well, ultimately you've been the better man because you haven't had any contact with them since, other than the occasional time when the bitch decides to show up at the store. But could have been.
Yeah,
it could be way worse.
Yeah, but that was just the mom.
It could be worse. Way worse. Exactly. Trust me. Yeah. As I've told you privately, it could be way worse with seeing your ex at your work.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Let's see. We're going to start closing this up because there's really nothing that's going to top how shitty it is that you have to be out in the car with the mother while the girlfriend is supposed to be working. Like that's, there's nothing that can top that. Nothing in this podcast.
She literally said to well, I'm in work mode right now. I'm inviting you to come with me while I work here. This is work mode here. I don't have time to and this kiddie stuff or whatever.
Oh, that's bullshit. I used to do work stuff for my older brother back when I was with my ex, and she liked to tag along with me, and we would have these nice car trips as a result. So the fact that she didn't want to make it into a date, that was just her being a bitch.
Well, keep in mind, X and her mom were not normal people.
No.
They were bipolar and had problems like that. They weren't normal. Right. Keep in mind, they don't know what normal is and stuff like that. I mean,
I don't even
of course,
think know what normal is. Well, at least when it comes to
at
least when it comes to a normal girl.
Yeah, well, it's just strange. Yeah, I can't believe I just remember that stuff. Well, I kind of forgot about stuff until we started.
And that's funny because it was initially you're like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, Anthony. I don't want to give away too much about what I do in my current job, which is fine. And then it just came out, so that's perfect. That's all right. But folks, I hope you've enjoyed listening to just our little vents about just having shitty jobs. There is more I could have said about working for UPS, but honestly, after listening to Tony and his adventures with his ex and his mother, it's nothing going to top that. So, as for those who are asking, hey, where are the other Burgers and Fries episodes? They are on TTBurger 88's channel, which you can find. Hopefully, he makes a playlist that's a lot more visible on his channel, like I keep asking him to. All right,
I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to make it.
Right now, you have episode 25 and 26 on my channel as well as his. But if there are any episodes that you're also interested in the past, check those out too on his channel. So thank you so much.
And don't forget to all of you, definitely check out our 2-hour toxic relationship rant if you want to know more about what happened. About what happened in the relationship with the crazy ex I mentioned.
That's all right too. But if you don't, you can comment on what shitty job have you been involved with, and even share any stories if you would like to. So that's it today for Burgers and Fries. I'm Desert Coyote 22. Thanks for listening.